WWE fans, welcome to the Backstage Jabronis. He's Daniel Snyder, keeping my title warm that I appreciate. I'm Jeremy York. We are the tag team champions of all things WWE media. And if you happen to be in Villa Rica last weekend, you might have saw us both at the same show. But we'll talk about that in a minute. As always, how are you, tag partner?
I'm always good. This belt's getting a little heavy, but I'm not gonna complain because it's not going nowhere after this weekend. Um, that's me kissing it goodnight, not goodbye.
We'll see.
Doing good, getting ready for Monday, my actual birthday Monday, and as we were talking about before the show, the venue is changing for the birthday bash. It was going to be at Dave and Buster's. We've now decided to move it to Main Event. So once again, you want to pull up, pull up. Everybody's welcome. It's a pretty decent price if you like to bowl, if you like to shoot pool, if you like to do laser tag. If you were looking forward to the arcade part of Dave and Buster's, they have an arcade section too. So I mean, it's a nice arcade section too. Also, they have a little for the little ones and maybe even the big people that want to try it. They have like this little mountain climbing, not merely mountain climbing, but this little climbing thing. It's really neat. It's a neat place, and for the price, you can't really beat it.
Hmm, that's good to
Yeah,
know.
so getting ready for this weekend and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, it's
But
it's
you
already
know, we
been
talk
hectic.
about
That's
this
why,
weekend.
I was about to say, as we said, it's 9:30 on a Friday night, and we're finally getting a chance to get on here and do this show. That's just
Been
how
a
our
crazy
week has
week.
went. Today
Yeah.
was a lot because of me, which I apologize, but I had a function I couldn't get out of. It seemed like I got a big event every day this weekend.
Yesterday, I went and seen the new Spider-Man, which was well worth the 2.5 hours.
Two and a
It's
half
probably
hours.
yes, probably one of the best Spider-Mans I've ever seen, if not the best. Um, they did a great job with this one. I'm excited for what's to come in the future. I highly recommend going and seeing it. Yeah.
I got to catch up on some of those before I get into them. I will give a shout out just because I'm a giant Matt Damon fan and honestly an even bigger fan of the Odyssey story. I actually like it better than the Iliad. For people who don't know, the Iliad is the Trojan War. The Odyssey is Odysseus' like 10-year journey back home from the war. It's actually better uh, than the first part, but that looks like an epic movie that I would want to see too. That seems like two great movies that should pay us to talk about them the way we just did. But yeah, if you're gonna go
Yeah.
see a movie, I'm hoping you're seeing one of those two.
Yeah, my buddy told me he went and seen Odyssey and had nothing but great stuff to say about it. There's been a whole bunch of good stuff said about Odyssey. But
I heard
speaking
Matt
of
Damon on a
great
podcast on the way here. But speaking of great
man,
journeys,
or speaking of great shows, this weekend, the premiere All Stars,
yeah,
was it Saturday,
yeah,
Friday?
Saturday,
It was one of the days. All my days been running together.
yeah.
Um, got to
I've heard,
meet AJ Styles' son,
yeah,
um, Luke
Avery,
Gallows' son.
CJ,
Steve Day, yeah. Got
we're on first
two
name basis.
super, yeah, two super cool
Yeah,
kids, down to earth.
Sons of the
Signed an
Club. That's
autograph.
what they're going by. Sons of the Club. So I like it.
That's right. They did me an autograph. And then they took a picture with me. If you're, did I post that stuff to Facebook? I don't think I did.
I
I'm
don't
gonna
know
have
if
to
you
post it to
did.
Facebook. Yeah, I don't think I did. I thought I did. I know I sent it to a lot of. Also, we met Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, the Good Brothers.
Yep.
Two more super nice guys, but as big as
Two good
superstars
brothers.
as they were, um, I feel like we seen some possibly future stars in other matches. Um, we had seen a title change.
Yep.
Um, which I'm here's the thing, I'm horrible with names, horrible. The only name that I
That's
really
why I'm
remembered
here,
was
folks.
yeah, the only name I really remembered was Mother Nature or whatever his name was.
Oh,
Um,
you're gonna get me killed for that one. That was Mother Frost.
okay, Mother Frost. But
I mean,
uh,
speaking
um,
of, any night that you can have two Lovely young ladies who give you birds all night long. I mean, they were giving me birds all night long, and a lot of people think that means one
Hey,
thing, and no, they legit were
okay.
giving me these little guys all night,
So
which
they were giving you the bird.
they were giving me the bird. So that's and I kept up with them, and I've had them. They've journeyed a few places this week already, and for anybody that
You
wants
know,
to know
I should have grabbed
that,
one of those. I didn't even think about it.
yeah, I could have signed it for you, but made it a one of one, and but
Yeah.
but a lot of people are probably wondering what first off, who are the people that gave me birds? I just told you it was a pair of young ladies. They're lovely young ladies, and you'll see. Just keep paying attention to this channel and this show and maybe some other shows, and it'll all make sense. We'll I'll just put it that way.
Yeah,
I
well,
can't I can't
tag
get
into
into
it.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. But a couple of the guys that was on the show has been on your shows,
yes.
different shows on this under
The
this umbrella of
new
Impact
champion has been
Media.
on here before.
Okay. Super
and
nice guy,
and
super
actually the
cool dude.
previous champion has as well. So there is that.
Wait, the previous champion, the one that lost the title, had been on your show?
Yes,
Interesting.
yeah, they've
He
both been on
didn't.
the show.
The
Yeah,
previous
of course
champion
we're
didn't
talking
seem
about
like it's
Alexander
somebody.
Alexander Lev, who is the new champion, and AJ Black, who is the one who just lost the title to Alexander Lev. Yeah, they've both been on this show. Eddie Hendricks, the third guy in the match, who kind of had the rug pulled
Eh,
out from under him a little bit, but
Yeah.
good job, Lev, on being an opportunist. Have not had Eddie on here, but I feel like that's going to happen in the future too.
AJ Black doesn't seem like he'd be that much fun to talk to. He kind of seems like a douche. I'll stand on it.
He he was actually a good guest. I mean, like I'll find it. I'll send it to you. I think both of them were on last year.
Okay. But the new champion seems like a really cool guy. Asked him a couple questions.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, he's supposed to be a heel, but they love him in Villa
Uh,
Rica. I don't know if they love him in Premier All Stars or if they just love him in Villa
Premier
Rica,
is
but he
one of
was
the few.
loved.
Yeah, Premier is one of the few places that he is in Southern Honor, which is up in Woodstock, I think. Those are the two places where he is faced, or at least advertised faced. Everywhere else, he is dang near booed out of the building. And I was not ready for that when I saw him at one of those other shows because I'm like, oh, here he comes. What? Why is man? People don't like you at all. What is going on here? It was. He was like, oh yeah, I'm a heel almost everywhere, and I was like, not none of the places I do. But
Um, the um, the first match, the kid with his face painted,
Justin McKenzie, the Misfit.
yeah, super great. Loved him. Um,
I actually know where he's
the,
training right now, and boy, if you thought he was a talent, he is going to be a killer very very soon. I know where he's training right now.
and the red haired dude was super cool too. I liked him. Who are these
Red
guys?
hair.
The bald headed
I
one that
think,
had the table over there, kind of right to us. He had a red beard
oh
and stuff.
oh, Sean Nelson, yeah, the Southern
Yes, yeah,
Outlaw,
he was
Sean
great. I
Nelson.
loved
Yeah,
him.
Sean's cool. Sean has been on this show too. Sean was really
Yeah,
cool.
he was great. Okay, well, I mean, it was a great show. I had a good time. I had a good time. I was given you might be a Hall of Famer, but I was picked most valuable. Was it most valuable? What did he say? I was the most valuable, or I got the award of the night for spending the most money at the concession stands or something.
Oh yeah, God, who said that?
Oh, the guy in the
Oh,
wheelchair.
it's he is the promoter. I was just talking to him earlier today. That is Scott East. He is the promoter of SECW, which is Southern Extreme Championship Wrestling in Temple.
Yeah, he gave me an award for spending the most money at the concessions because I got. He said I spent the most money. I felt like I got the best deals.
I think you
I
did.
had a barbecue sandwich, a hot dog, 2 bags of chips, oatmeal cookies, chocolate chip cookie, 2 drinks, all that for $16. Beat
Now hold
that.
on. Now you didn't eat all those cookies.
I did not. I did not. Your niece, she joined me in the eating of the cookies.
She
I
gets
said,
that from her uncle Jay here that if you're gonna offer somebody cookies, we're probably gonna eat them.
yeah, she took them too. She took them, and I was a-okay with that. Where's the ladder match? Here it is. No, not the. I need a
But
ladder
yeah, it's. I
match.
mean, I tell people Premiere's a fun show. I'll already say it now. Tomorrow night, right? I mean, up the street from where I sit right now, West Georgia Wrestling's going to be over there, where some really, really great wrestling's going to happen, and a bunch of top talents are going to be over there. It's going to be a lot of fun. Kind of a quiet weekend. Nice to only have to go about 10 minutes to get to a show. But in fact, you'll see a couple of the Premier guys will be over there too. That'll be a lot of fun. Next couple of weeks will be chaos. But I'm glad we finally got to go to a show. That's part of where the promo pick that we're now using for this show, at least for now, at least for this week, we're
Came
taking
from
some
that show.
actual shots that we absolutely forgot, and then we got the lovely and talented Julie Puckett, who takes tons of great photos at all these events. I handed her the greatest camera she held all night long, aka my iPhone, which is an absolute joke, by the way, people. She has a very high tech, awesome camera, but we're like, hey, we forgot to take photos of us while we're in there. And I talked to the camera, and we took a few
Yeah,
outside,
which
and
which was crazy.
we and I was like, well, that's perfect because that's just kind of the way we are. But yeah, it was fun, and like you said, my brother was there, my niece was able to go, and a couple of my brother's friends were able to go too. Shout out to one in particular that just had his shoulder surgery Monday, and he'll be out of commission for a couple weeks. But you know, hope you have a great, pain-free, easy heal on that, and you'll be good to go.
He was
But
moving
it's fun to
pretty
get.
decent, but you could tell that it was in a little pain.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, here we go. Had to set the next matchup.
Mm.
All right. Well, speaking of the next match, SummerSlam starts tomorrow,
Yep,
less
and
than
for
12
people that if
hours.
you tuned in to hear us talk about Raw or SmackDown, we are just hitting. It is so late in the week, and we didn't. I didn't see SmackDown earlier. I honestly didn't get to the studio till
I,
about
I
10 minutes
taped it.
before
I
we
haven't
start
seen it
recording.
either.
So,
And actually, when you're
um,
watching this, SummerSlam will be today and not tomorrow.
correct. More than likely. I
Yeah,
doubt I get this out by the end of the night. I'm gonna try.
it'll be even if you did get it out, when nobody's gonna be. I mean, nobody's gonna watch it until tomorrow anyway. Everybody be in bed.
I don't know. We got some night owl fans like me, so
Yeah, but I mean, you think about it. After midnight's tomorrow anyway, and right now it's
it's a quarter to 10 right
9:45
now.
here. Yeah. So, I'll start at the top. Night one. This is the card you sent. Um, I'm
Yep.
just gonna start at the top. Who cares? Champion Liv Morgan versus Io Sky. I'm gonna let you start on this one.
I think it's because you don't know who to pick.
I, I have my take. I'm just curious what you're gonna say. I have an interesting take.
Oh,
But yeah,
we all have interesting takes, but yeah, get everybody's picks queued up too while I'm thinking about it.
do we
Well,
want
we
to
got
say
what
whoever
we,
everybody else picked, or pick ours
no,
first? We'll pick
no,
ours and then say who
we'll
everybody
do
did.
ours and then we'll go over theirs. Like we'll pick we'll do our analysis of the match like we usually do, and then we'll say everybody pick this, and then we go to the next. And we're gonna try
Gotcha.
to breeze through this because we've already spent like 15 minutes just having a good time. So it's like this to me. I like change up. EO as the chant will be fun. She's had a run with it. The thing is marketability wise, Liv Morgan's one of your top draws. What she does inside the ring, outside the ring, the music videos, the appearances, is she's very, very marketable. They can send her to all kinds of media tours and all that. So, but she doesn't necessarily need the title. But I think because they're having to do such a weird soft reset with SmackDown because of Rhea's injury, you need stability on Raw. And the bad thing is if Liv does win, where does Io go? Because she is stuck out in the middle of the ocean again. Um, I think everybody thinks Io's going to win this, but I'm for some reason just I feel that they're going to. I feel that Judgment Day. There's a lot of rumors of new people joining the Judgment Day, possibly at this show. I don't know if that's going to necessarily happen, but I do think they're going to revamp them and really start pushing them again now that they're all back and healthy. I think Liv retains coming out of SummerSlam at least, and maybe Io gets another match next month or whatever, and maybe she takes it there. But I think SummerSlam needs Liv Morgan to win that one.
So, so you going with Liv?
Yep.
So here's the thing: after Io loses this match, she won't get another opportunity until Money in the Bank if she gets it then, because there's nothing in September except for a Sunday night's main event.
Which is still weird. But
it makes zero sense to put the title on Io. Like how and how do you have her beat Liv in back-to-back PLEs? That also makes zero sense. Which it to me it would make Liv look really weak. And that's
right.
not what Liv is. It takes everything. I don't think that it hurts Io to lose here, especially if you have the new IC champion help, which happened on Monday night. Raquel is now the IC champion.
After getting blasted in the nose.
Yes, yes. So I think her keeping the title is what's going to happen. Liv's going to win. That's what I'm going with.
Do we say at some point that if they start stacking up belts again in the Judgment Day, does that mean Roxanne is going to add something, or is she going to be the one out and on her own or doing something somewhere else?
Roxanne's going to be out here soon. It's obvious.
But you're going Liv, right?
Liv, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I could almost see Roxanne getting put out because she cost Liv the belt here, but that's I can't. I
think
can't.
Raquel is, and I'm not saying this because she's the bigger, stronger of the group, but she's the Batista. She's the muscle of this group by far. She's the Batista, and Batista was Orton was the first one to jump out of Evolution. But when Batista left and started fucking Triple H, it was a really, really big deal. So I don't think she's gonna.
That's what I'm saying.
Jump out.
You could say Roxanne is the Orton. She's the young one, the new one. So yeah. And then you've got Liv as Triple H, and Dom is Ric Flair.
No,
because Triple H and Ric Flair used to kiss each other.
JD is the Ric Flair.
Okay. I don't know.
Dom is. I don't know what Dom is. Dom is Dom.
Dom doesn't know what Dom is.
Dom
over
is
here,
what he is.
Both brothers over here went Liv.
Okay. Well, then I'll stay in their match. Because, all right, for people who don't know, me and Daniel are back fighting over my belt that I'll have back shortly. The number one contenders match for night one, because if you win night one, you get a night two title shot, which means if there's ties on it, hey, okay, well, we might have 15 people in that one. Well, not 15.
Yeah.
But so we got Overkill and Kilo that are in this one. We have Jeff from the Father Son Wrestling Podcast. We have Marco, who is somebody I see quite a bit throughout the day. And it's actually Price, but and then Skrilla the Great. I have never had anybody send me their picks as fast as he did. So it seems like he is itching to get back in it, because usually he's like, give me a second, man, I'm in the middle of something. But I was like, hey, whenever you get a chance, and before I could even say get a chance, boom, there, it's like he was late. So, yeah, Jeff, he's all about Liv. So he's going to agree with that. But Marco and Skrilla both went Io Sky. And spoiler alert, there's there's still another Io vote coming because we get to the main event where Carson from the Father Son Wrestling Podcast, he's the son for people who are unfamiliar with this show or that show, and also the 12 gauge professional wrestling out in Somerville, Georgia. He is their ring announcer on top of all the cool stuff they do. He is defending his belt against the former champion who he beat just 2 weeks ago at Saturday night's main event, my brother Jared, who we mentioned earlier. Jared is going live, and Carson's going Io. So I think Carson just likes doing that.
Good way to
honestly.
start that off. That's a
And
good way to start
also,
that off.
and also Carson is AI anyway. So I mean, it just this is more computer friendly. I mean, look how awesome it looks right now.
All right.
But yeah,
Match
so
number two.
almost a 50-50 split on that.
Yeah, I mean it's going to be interesting. Match two. If this really is match two, it'll be interesting. Um, Hell in the Cell. Oba versus Brock.
I think they should open with it.
I think it'd be neat. Yeah.
Now more than likely,
Oba,
Cody, because Cody doesn't like being out late. I don't think he likes to be back in time for bingo and tapioca pudding. So I mean, there's a chance that Cody pulls another power play, and he's actually the first match. But
but
honestly,
now
I hope they
CM
start with this one.
Punk's not going to allow that. Punk says he's a main eventer. I don't open shows. I close them. So, which is kind of funny for the way we got this lined up. But
Right.
Oba wins this. I mean, it's crazy. It makes absolutely zero sense for Oba not to win this. I think we all know this is Brock's this is his swan match. This is him out of
Is it?
here. Yeah, it is. It is. It's in Minnesota, his hometown. Um, yeah, Oba wins, man. And that's all I'm gonna say. Oba wins. He's gonna put him over.
All right. I don't know that this is necessarily Brock's last. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. I think it comes down to who has ultimate power in the decision of this match. If it's up to Brock, he's putting the young guy over because it's what he needs to do, not just because he's on his way out, because here's a chance to make a megastar. However, we don't know that Brock has final say on this. I mean, who tells Brock no? I guess a few people. But I just feel like this is either not the end or regardless, I think Brock Lesnar wins this.
Wow.
It's another way to keep Oba back a little bit because, initially I said this whole program, eventually we get Oba versus Roman at WrestleMania. I'm going to make an argument for a different plan by the end of this prediction. That another plan for one of the two. I just think for some reason, as good as Oba is, I don't know that he's good enough to beat Brock straight up in a Hell in a Cell fight because it's pretty much a UFC fight is what this is going to be. It's not going to be a lot of wrestling. It's going to be what can we tear apart. And
The
for
secret
some
word
reason,
you said there.
I have this weird feeling that since it's so obvious that it should be Oba, I feel like it's going to be Brock Lesnar.
Well, the secret words you said there was straight up. I feel like there's gonna be a
Some
little.
shenanigans.
Yes, I do feel like there's gonna be some shenanigans.
There is a Hall of Fame walrus somewhere near ringside.
Hall of Fame what?
Walrus.
What is that right here? Trying to
You know
set
what a
that up.
walrus
My
is?
bad. Okay. A walrus? Yes, that's what I'm saying. He's
Okay.
going to be. I already said that he was going to be the Oba's mouthpiece, even though Oba doesn't need one.
Yeah.
He's jumping personal, and that's what this man's going to do. But hey, So you went
I'm going Brock. I
you
just
and Brock, okay.
like it's hard. I like both these guys, but what makes the most sense to me is long story arcs and long storytelling. This is why I don't think Brock is done. I think he wins here. I don't know if they ever face again. Brock is eventually. I don't know that Brock makes Royal Rumble, or I doubt he makes WrestleMania. But I just feel like it's not the end, and even if it is, I think Brock goes over.
Well, I mean, this could end up being one of the ones that helps you out, or it could be end up being one of the ones that hurts you.
It will definitely, knowing the picks of the other people too, it could definitely affect couple matches. This right here.
Both the brothers picked Oba.
Everybody in that match picked Oba because Skrilla, Marco, and Jeff all Oba Femi across the board. In fact, Carson, the champ, also picked Oba. But what do I always say about House York? We are Brock Lesnar fans. My brother's going Brock Lesnar too. We don't bet against the Beast very often. He feels something similar to me, and I'll be honest, me and my brother have actually not gotten a chance to discuss much of this card. Like probably the most we discussed it would have been at the premiere show where we barely talked about it. So it's not like we rehearsed our picks or that we've talked about it. Straight up, I've had his picks for 2 days. I'm just now looking at them. When people send me picks, I don't look at them. I just go, cool, thanks, because I don't
You
want it
want to
to
be just
influence
as
something I
surprised.
think of. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So looks like House York is a Brock Lesnar household, and we are. I guess you can lone wolf as two wolves. We're lone wolfing it. And by the way, it's really funny when I'm writing them down by first initial. And so when you do the title match, which goes Jared and then Carson, and then our match, which goes you and then me, and you go Brock. Think about the letters here: Brock, Oba, Oba, Brock, which is now on the score sheet.
Boob.
Yeah, I mean, for people that don't believe me, like, there we
Boob.
go. There we go. And yes, fart jokes are still funny on this show. So yes, we will laugh at that.
Boob. All right. Next up, we got the champion, CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes. Go ahead and start it.
I think like that Batman movie, I think a big giant sinkhole opens up in the middle of the floor and it swallows both of them up, and we get a new champ. That's
That's best case
um
scenario.
um it just this will be a good match because they're both good performers, and I mean I've always liked CM Punk, always been a Punk fan. Appreciated the way he carved his own path out, and the way he's done it. I mean he's paid for some mistakes too, but we all have. But yeah, I appreciate the way he's done it. Same thing with Cody. It just I don't want to see Cody as champ again, and I'm already tired of seeing Punk as champ because I don't think he should have been champ in the first place. I wish they would both lose. There's not a way for both of them to lose because Money in the Bank hasn't happened yet. Um, I think Punk goes over. I think he does. It just why would you move it? Why would you do the storyline where you take Cody out, you put Punk in, Punk wins the belt, and then now Punk and Cody fight, and then if Cody just immediately took it from Punk, why didn't you just leave him in the storyline? Gunther could have took CM Punk out instead and flipped him, and then Cody could have just won the title then. It just why you had to move it half a dozen ways just to put it back on Cody doesn't make sense to me. So I'm going CM Punk.
Okay, I'm going Punk for almost the same reason but a different reason. Um
Because Cody's your fifth favorite member of the Rhodes family?
Well, not it's yeah. Um, no,
You're
it's
starting to
more
count
along
now.
the
You're like,
line. Well, it's more along the lines of what do you do with Punk if he loses the title?
yeah, he
Like
just came back, handing the title back, and then
he's
you
on a
take it off of
whole
him.
he's on a
Like,
whole nother show.
are him and Io Sky going to start their own reality show because they're going to both be lost at sea?
And here's something else you got to look at. This is something
That'd be
else
a
you're not
terrible
thinking,
show.
or maybe you did think and just didn't mention it. Night two, there's a number one contenders match. And do you
Yes,
want to see Sammy versus Cody or Finn versus Cody? Don't really want to see either one of those. I felt like
I agree.
Finn versus CM Punk would be a great match.
Yes.
Finn, but Sammy versus CM Punk would be a great match.
Why
And these
not
are two
a triple
people.
threat?
Well, we'll have to see what happens on night two. But these are two people that CM Punk hasn't had much. He had a little with Finn, he had a little bit with Sammy, but he you could really run a nice storyline. And when we get to night two, we'll talk about it a little bit more. But I'm going Punk. Punk keeps the title. Um, Cody, what are they going to do with Cody after this? I think Cody takes some time off.
I don't know if he knows how.
He just they just don't put him in anything.
Yeah,
Like
but then
there's
he
no story.
power plays his way back into it.
Yeah,
By the
yeah,
way,
he'll go.
Where's Randy Orton? Where's Randy Orton?
Well, hey, oh my God, I just figured it out. CM Punk wins thanks to KO.
Randy Orton.
Kevin Owens makes his return,
Oh, KO.
and he attacks Cody. That's your next Cody versus Kevin. And he wants to get Cody for what he did to Sammy. That also
I
would
like
lead
it.
to a Finn.
I like it because then Sammy can go KO. I appreciate you having my back again, but I didn't need you to do that. To which KO go, you kind of did, buddy, but okay, I'll step back again if you want.
I think it more along leads to Finn versus down the road Finn versus KO, which would be another great match. They had some good ones in NXT. Really,
I still
Kevin doesn't have bad matches. He's another one of
no,
those.
he does not.
Um, over here,
Hmm.
we're punk strong.
Well, then we got one lone wolf that's keeping us from being Punk across the board. Everybody picks Punk except for Skrilla the Great.
Dadgum you Skrilla.
I think he's secretly got a thing for Cody. Like he just admires the American hero that he is, and when he spits the Dr Pepper out after listening to me say that he was drinking, I'm sure he'll get back to me on that. But I don't know. I think he's a lot of a traditionalist as far as a lot of things he sees in wrestling, and that's one thing I like about Skrilla is that he's very traditional into a lot of the ways he sees things, and that's probably what it is. Is Cody is definitely Cody could wrestle in any era. He's one of those guys, so that's probably where he's going with that. But everybody else, Punk, everybody.
Even on the even in the championship match.
Yep, like I said, Skrilla is the only Cody person in the entire thing. Which remember, are we doing the thing where if you lone wolf something that you get double points? You're right.
Um, I mean, we can. I mean, that could put him.
We don't have
But
to.
see, well, but here's the thing, because I kind of feel like if you're wrong, you're the only one that's wrong. But if you're right, you're already the only one that's right. So you're
That's true.
already gonna get
That's
a
true.
point on
Yeah,
top of them.
that's true.
So
We'll leave
yeah,
it.
I don't know. Okay, so okay, so we
Match
got the
four.
Punk and Cody match number 4. We got LA Knight, yeah. Solo, the MVP,
I'm
and
I'm telling
Royce
you,
Keys.
this
We're
is
on it.
this is the
Versus
second
the
chance for Solo, or the third run of Solo. The first one was when he come out of
yes,
NXT to join the
with
Bloodline.
the bloodline
Then it was when he broke away from the Bloodline. Now it's that he's
and created
back
his
on his
own.
own. You get his personality turned way up like this, and he is great. He might have the best personality of the family.
I think so. He's my favorite right now. He's my favorite. And they're going against the bloodline, Jimmy, Jay, and Jacob.
Yeah, so he's
Um,
going against a cousin and two brothers.
so who is this on? That was you, me,
Me?
you. Oh, wait, no, this was on me. You started the
Okay,
Punk and
that's
Cody.
right.
Uh, here's the conundrum I'm at. There's always a conundrum. Um, oh, we're yeeting over there.
I
My
mean, from the
gut,
window to the wall, we eat everywhere.
yeah, yeet yeet, mother. My gut says bloodline. That's what my gut says. But you've got to look long. You've got to look at the story. Where are we
Yep.
going? And
Hey, if they don't win, this
even
guy here is not good. This guy here is not going to be very happy because he's going to be
also
like, "Do I got
there's
to do everything myself that you guys can't even handle these guys?"
there's somebody that I feel like is going to be making an appearance here soon. And is he going to be on Solo side or is he going to be on the bloodline? Zilla's right around the corner.
I can make an
And
argument for
now,
either side.
yes, and let's not forget that there's two guys, Tonga and Tala Tonga, that
Yeah,
what are they up to right now? I do know that they left Solo. That's why Solo's Solo. Um,
they had banger matches with Finn Balor.
you know what? I'm going LA Knight them. I can't. It's hard for me to go against LA Knight. Yeah, it's hard for me to go against Solo now. Like two of these three are my favorite. I'm not the biggest fan of Royce. I feel like they still don't know what to do with him.
Yeah,
Um,
I agree.
but yeah, I'm going LA and them.
See, that's the thing is I think it would be fun if they win because LA Knight could use a win. Royce, it won't matter one
Yes.
way or the other. But if Solo were to pull this off, it makes Solo look really, really good.
It does a lot for him.
But it also does a lot if he doesn't win because now the Usos can be giving little brother crap. Be going, oh, thought you could hang with the big bros here. Oh, and so Solo has like 6 or 8 months worth of things he can do just with the bloodline, like just battling the bloodline. So I think it makes more sense that the bloodline wins because we don't want this guy upset before his match. We need him coming in calm, cool, collective, and you'll see why I'm saying that in a minute. We need this guy to just be worried about where he's pointing and not worried about the fact that his family can't get anything done. So inadvertently, I just put these on because it's fun to do this and say, yeet, I'm actually going to go bloodline because I think it makes way more sense that an established faction that needs to be the lead faction, because right now Judgment Day is crushing the bloodline on TV. For the bloodline to get back where they need to go, I think they need to win this, and it makes more sense for Solo if he doesn't. So I'm gonna go Bloodline.
Okay.
Now
Well,
now
the brothers
you
is running back. The brothers over here went bloodline.
wow, were they in a phone booth picking or something? Or they are pick for
Yeah.
pick right now.
Yeah. I was looking at that, but it's about to
Um,
change up.
well, Marco went Bloodline. Skrilla, it is really taken a lot for me to not call him by his shoot name, which is what he's on my phone as. Um, he went Bloodline as well. But, I mean, me and him talk about them all the time, so I had a feeling that's where he was going. Jeff picked the Bloodline as well. You might be out on an island here. Um,
I'm okay.
Car- Carson also went Bloodline, so it comes down to my brother. Is he going Bloodline or is he going LA Knight? He's going Bloodline. So
Yeah,
you are the only
I'm
one
the
going
lone
that way.
wolf. I'm okay with that.
You are lone wolf in this one.
Okay. All right, all right. So next we got Gunther versus Nick Aldis.
People who don't know,
Aldis.
Nick
Um,
Aldis, former NWA champ, did quite a few things in TNA. He had really, really solid career before taking the WWE gig. Married Mickey James. I mean, he's not doing bad in life.
it's on you on this one.
Clearly Gunther's going to win, or is he? Or is he? Because I mean, here's the thing: you're trying to make Gunther into the most masterful heel there ever was. You're really close to. I mean, got there's not much more he can do outside of like I don't know, choking a kid or something. He'd have to do something really bad. But why would you bring Aldis back if he's just going to lose? But then I bring back, oh, Gunther's had this type of match set up before where he fought a WWE employee who is not an active wrestler in Pat McAfee. So sometimes this is just a distraction option so that Gunther has something he can do. It's not going to hurt him to keep him out of the title picture because he should be in the title picture if he's not doing this. But this could start a long feud. I think all this is completely done with being general manager now, which I do want to say that if when me and Marco were talking about this, I was like, I would I'd like to throw my hat in the ring. I don't know where to send my resume to be the general manager of SmackDown, but I would very much like to apply for that job. I think I would do a good job. Maybe not as good as Adam Pearce, but I don't see how Nick Aldis winning does anything. I think this is just it may be a way to get him back in the ring so that he has a few more matches before he's completely done. But I mean, Gunther can't lose to Nick Aldis, can he?
I don't know. You tell me.
It's another one of those where it's so blatantly obvious that it's Gunther that I almost want to go Nick Aldis, but I think I think Aldis has been out of the ring too long. He's been out of the ring like 2 years. He hadn't been that long, but I go Gunther. I don't see another way out of it.
Okay. So you brought up a perfect point. Gunther has lost to a employee already once.
Yeah,
Um, and I feel like that made a lot of fans question if he's really champion material. They had him tap out to his own move. Had people questioning if he's really champion material.
yeah, that's
I'm a
true. Jay beat him with a sleeper, didn't he?
That's right. So I'm really big in baseball. I love baseball. That's my favorite sport. And when you're at bat, if you get three strikes, you're out. It makes no sense. And I hope WWE's watching this.
Of course they are. It's their favorite show.
It makes no sense for a man that you're pushing as a career ender, a man that you're pushing as a now WWE. I want you. This is for you. I'm WWE people. A man that you're pushing to be a potential champion, even long term. They for a minute there he was going undefeated.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and at one time they were thinking about having him be the one that ended Brock's career. I think this is the end of his career, but you think Brock is still going to go a little bit, so it could still happen if it goes down your routine. I mean, go down your route. Um, Gunther wins this. If Gunther does not win this match, it it he will never, from my eyes, never be looked at as a legit competitor. And that's not taking anything from Nick. It's just that you have to look at the big picture here. Nick's going to give a good fight. And you know what? If at Sunday night's main event or even at down the road at Money in the Bank, if they face again and Nick beats him, then that's okay. The first
Mm-hmm.
match cannot go to Nick. You cannot
Mm-hmm.
have this man. You need Nick to build. You need him to build to
I
that
mean,
level or get
this
so
could,
mad.
and you could actually have it where Gunther keeps sleeper hold on until they make him break it, and it goes and it lingers out to where he didn't tap out to it or something like that, and you could linger it on.
Well, here's a question for you then on that. If Gunther puts him in the sleeper hold and refuses to let go and they reverse the
I was
thing,
I
does
was
that
thinking
mean
that.
everybody that picked Gunther's wrong? Because then now Nick is is you said what?
I was thinking that as I was saying that.
I mean, because
Let me throw this out here then, since we spitball things in the middle of the show. What if they award Gunther the match and then reverse the decision because he doesn't let go or whatever? Um,
that's what, yeah.
I'm gonna just, what if we just call it a wash then? Because technically they're both right.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
I mean, or do you want to go
I'm
by
okay with
whatever the
that.
final decision is? Because the peanut gallery here in the
No, I mean,
studio
because
just weighed in and said that was boring. So I mean, do we say if they reverse it, then it's sorry about your luck, or
sorry about your damn luck. You know what? Yeah, let's say reverse it and Nick and who everybody picked Nick is right because I feel like everybody's gonna go Gunther. Because I'm going Gunther. You're going Gunther. Over here, we got Gunther's on this side.
oh, we've got some Nick Aldis. There's
Oh,
there's at least two,
okay. Hey,
which is interesting because I mean maybe they're seeing what we're seeing, or maybe they're thinking that it's a DQ or something where he just waffles him with a chair and gets disqualified, and Nick Aldis wins the match. I mean that's very possible.
that is very possible.
I guarantee you this: Gunther's going to throw more than five chops in this one.
Yes, he is. Nick's chest is gonna be hurting.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it's Gunther across the board, except for Jeff from the Father Son Wrestling Podcast and my brother Jared, who was going Nick Aldis. So that could take things up, and that's well, I'm good with that. Whatever the referee's final decision is what counts.
Okay. All right. Well, on to the last match of night one, which hopefully is the first match or it's buried in the middle to where we don't have to worry about paying it. This will be the match where people go to the bathroom. The Bella Twins and Paige versus Fatal Influence. So I think
If you watch this
this is
show
where we
enough,
see the
you
bet.
should know mine out of the gate.
This is where Bella Twins turn heel. This is where it happens. Um, yeah. Fatal Influence wins this match. I don't even want to talk about this match if I'm being real. I don't care about this match.
I
This
want to
is to
talk about Fatal
showcase Fatal
Influence
Influence.
and
This
maybe
is
a little
also
bit
the
about Paige, but yeah, I don't care at all about the Bella Twins.
well, I
Never
mean,
really have.
like I said, this is the showcase Fatal Influence, and this is to start the feud between the Bellas and Paige. And Paige
And
is
I
going to have to go find her a tag team partner.
and thanks to something you brought up beforehand, I've got a little gripe with the video game. How is Laney Reed not in there? And
Yeah.
I just forgot her name. The one that was in there. Jasmine Nick, the one that
Yes.
hadn't been down there, hadn't been in the group in over a year. She was replaced by Laney when her contract ran out and she decided not to wrestle anymore. Which is fine. She went back to whatever she did. That's cool. But Laney has made that a way more formidable team down there. So I I don't understand why Jasmine Nix is in the game and Laney Reed is not because they're not close. Laney's way better.
I was confused as well.
But
But
yeah,
yeah.
it's Fatal Influence all the way just because the Bella Twins are on the other side. It could be the Bella Twins and and my niece. And unfortunately, I'm going against my niece in that one because I just do not want the Bella Twins to win.
um, it's Fatal over here.
So it is not over here. I know Marco went the Bella Twins. Um, Skrilla went Fatal. Jeff went Bella Twins. Jeff, we got to talk. The Peanut Gallery weighed in, and they're not far off from their assessment of Jeff. Uh, let's see what else we got. Carson also went Fatal Influence, and so did my brother. So yeah, the Marco and Jeff actually are the ones
Polo.
who went Bella.
All right, that wraps up night one. We can go ahead and go with if we want to, we can either wait to the end or we can go with the second tiebreaker, since that is
Yes,
part of night one.
yes.
Let's go ahead and knock out that second tiebreaker, which is the time for the Gunther match. You go ahead and go first on this one because last time match that we had, I went first, and
Um, I'm gonna give Nick all his credit. This is not gonna be a full squash because he's formidable.
oh yeah,
He's
it's not
a
gonna be a
real
squash. I don't think so.
no.
He's a legit
It'd make
competitor,
no
an
sense
ex
whatsoever.
champion.
It'd be a waste of time if they do that. Um, and I give Nick credit that he's not gonna be in this match if he doesn't have a gas tank. So because he knows Gunther can wrestle for half an hour and not break a sweat. Um, I think that this match is gonna go. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 11:34, 11 and a half minutes.
Okay.
For some reason 11 kept sticking out to me, so I'm gonna go 11:34.
So I feel like if time for night one needs to be cut, it'll be cut off of two matches. One
Hopefully the
match
one
will
we
be
just talked
that,
about.
yes, that'll be one. And unfortunately, I feel like the other match that might get cut a little bit will be the LA Knight and the Bloodline match if it needs to
Yeah,
have some time cut. Yeah. But I'm going to go because I've been thinking about this one, and you kind of helped me out on that, and I appreciated it. I was going to say
anything.
11:35. Not playing. Not playing. I was sitting over here at I was literally sitting over here thinking 12 minutes and seconds. It was 12 something. 12 had been standing out to me.
She said
I just felt
12
like
what?
12 minutes and 12 seconds.
Okay.
12 12.
The
Hilo.
peanut gallery said 7, so
Well,
which is noted, by the way.
Hilo
We did
says
note
9 minutes. Okay, okay. Hilo says 9 minutes,
that.
and Overkill said 12.
Something about that 12, huh? Yeah,
Yeah,
Skrilla also said 12 because, we've got to have people that say the same time, or this wouldn't be our contest. Um, Marco went 12 minutes and 8 seconds.
oh, he's listening to my head.
Jeff went 10 minutes. Like I said, Skrilla went 12. My brother said 6 minutes and 38 seconds. He's thinking it's going to be over quick. And
That's interesting.
Carson went 9:21. So actually, the two of the three smallest times are the championship match.
Very interesting, if I say so myself.
And for people who don't know why we're calling out times, the second tiebreaker is the overall time of Gunther versus Nick Aldis.
So, okay, well, here's a question now. Time to throw another curveball in there. So, if the match gets overturned, do we count the extension from the time that the match was over to when the match was
No, no, no. Bell to
overturned?
bell wouldn't change if they overturn it.
Okay. Okay. Bell to bell. Okay.
They're not going to restart
Night
the match.
two. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. Night two. We're going to start off. Might as well start off at the top. Start off with the last match of the night. Roman versus Seth.
I like to talk way further.
Is this on me or you?
Me, I guess, because didn't I start it off? Yeah,
Yeah.
because I
Go
did
ahead.
EO Live. Okay. Well, as I said, we thought it was going to be Oba Roman, that this was going to be WrestleMania. Roman's going
Yeah.
to have a different match at WrestleMania. Roman is going to have a rematch of this match at WrestleMania because long story arc, long storytelling. He's never beaten Seth Rollins, and he's not going to on Sunday night either. And this is going to cause him to disappear because he's going to lose his title. He's not going to be able to face his family, who almost all of us said are going to win. So his family's going to go, we held up our end. Why couldn't you take care of Seth? He's just Seth. He's not going to beat Seth Rollins. Seth's going to go on a little bit of a run. I don't know if the title will be involved by WrestleMania, but we're going to get that rematch, and Roman's going to potentially beat him at WrestleMania, which is a way bigger moment and a way bigger story arc. But this gives him a reason to go disappear and hang out with his family for 3 or 4 or 5 months. We'll see him around Royal Rumble. He might win the Rumble and go at Seth then. But I think because it's going to be this match as a rematch at WrestleMania, which is one I would pay to see, I think Seth freaking Rollins is going to win this match. He's going to get his title back. I think he's in great shape as long as he can stay healthy. And there's way more things for Seth to do, even after Roman himself said, I'll be around for the summer. You brought that up on about 3 different shows that he said, I'm going to be around for the summer. Well, SummerSlam is the end of summer season. So all the kids are going back to school. All the football is starting to be played. We're about to be out of summer. The OTC is going to be
He's
out the
going to
country.
hibernate.
He's going to be out the country. Out the country.
Out the
We ain't going
country.
to see him again till first of the year, I bet.
He's going to be off the card.
Yeah, he's going to be off the card. That's where he's going to be. So give me Seth freaking Rollins all day long, which pains me as a Roman fan.
You said something there that
I'm making a lot of good points tonight.
You said something there that triggered something in my head. I too agree Seth wins. But Roman doesn't win the Royal Rumble. Roman wins something that he's yet to win. He wins Money in the Bank. He doesn't let Seth know when he's coming for him.
Where he's got Seth
what did
constantly
Seth do to
looking
him
for.
when he won Money in the Bank? He waited till WrestleMania. He waited till WrestleMania when Roman was in a match with Brock Lesnar. He came down, interrupted that match in the middle of the match, stopped Roman from winning his championship, and ended up winning himself. Roman's not even going to be Seth's original opponent at WrestleMania. Roman's going to plug himself in during Seth's match or after it's over at WrestleMania. So we will see Roman beat Seth at WrestleMania.
So you think WrestleMania will be Roman versus Seth versus Braun?
No. It's going to be Seth. It's going to be Seth versus Oba. Oba is now taking the place of Brock. Seth's going to have him. Roman's going to come down there, and he's going to take that opportunity away. They're recycling. They're recycling. Seth wins this match.
And put Gunther in there, and that's your WrestleMania. Seth versus Gunther versus Roman.
Take who? I take Oba out and put who?
Gunther.
Well, I just feel like he's going to win the Royal Rumble, and that's going to and when Roman takes Oba's opportunity for that title away at WrestleMania, that's going to set up some Oba versus Roman matches because you interrupted my chance to win the title and take it off of Seth, and now I'm coming after you. So that sets up Roman versus Oba. This is going to be an interesting here because there's going to be a full this is on this side. This is actually the first. Nope, never mind. They both went
wrinkle.
Roman.
Oh, they did. Jeez.
Nope, they both went Roman. The first wrinkle is going to be interesting. I thought one of them was going to go something else, but now the first wrinkle will be interesting.
I tell you, we're not the only Seth Rollins fans, or not the only Seth pickers here. Both Marco and Skrilla went Roman. Jeff went Seth freaking Rollins, and so did my brother. Carson actually went Roman. So there's 3 or 4 differences in the championship alone. But I think when they get split like that, that tells you WWE is doing a really good job, and so are the performers of like you just have no idea. There's so many ideas of what they could do that you have no idea what they're going to do.
I agree. Next, the IC Championship. We have the champion Penta versus Chad Gable. We are in Chad Gable's hometown, where Brock is going to lose and his career is going to end. Chad is going to win his first IC title.
You know, there's 3.
Penta was a great champion.
3 native Minnesotians in Minnesotans. 3 people from Minnesota that are on this card.
Hold on, let me look.
I'll give you a hint. The next one is in the next match.
Tiffany?
Huh?
Is it Tiffany?
Yep.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. Because I was looking. Yeah. But I got Chad winning his first IC title. Penta's had good matches, but he hasn't done much with the title. He hasn't really been in the beginning of his title run. He was the working man. It was the working title. Ever since the beginning, he hadn't put it on the line much. Chad wins. I'm going Chad.
Yeah, you don't do the build up from the unmasking to now without Chad having his Kurt Angle moment, and that's basically what this is, the crowning of just the rise of Chad Gable, that he's always been a workhorse. he's had garbage gimmicks up until the apparent El Grande, which I mean had both of us. We didn't realize that was El Grande. We thought it was anybody but him. And I'm not that
Yeah, I
sure.
didn't think it was.
That could have been AI when he took that off, but you don't do
It
that
was.
long term story and organically grow a fan base the way you're doing if Chad Gable's not going to win this at SummerSlam in his hometown. It's Chad Gable. It has to be Chad Gable, and Penta's great, but I agree that you need to change it up because Chad gives a different wrinkle into defending that belt. Chad versus Ethan Page might headline
Yes.
potentially main event down the road.
Chad versus Rusev would be a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Chad versus really, I mean, it's just going to be a whole new run. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
This is the first wrinkle in the brothers' tale. Kilo went Chad, which means Overkill went Penta.
Okay. Well, everybody else in their match, Skrilla, Marco, and Jeff all went Chad Gable. Carson almost also went Chad Gable. My brother actually went Penta. Can't remember if he met Penta. I know I met Penta. I don't remember who was with me when I met him. It may have been my other great wrestling buddy, Akil. I think he was at that one. I don't remember. My brother could have been at that one. They watch together sometimes. But yeah, we've got two Pentas and everybody else Chad. So that's another wrinkle in this.
Okay. All right. On to the next, where like you said, here is the women's inaugural champion ladder match. There's a curveball in it where Julia and Lash fought each other tonight. I don't know who won, obviously.
I tried to get the early picks on it, but apparently they actually did have that event like right now. I don't think they did it early because I couldn't find picks. Normally they tape a lot of them on Tuesdays, but I couldn't find the picks anywhere.
Well, in this match, you have Tiffany versus Jade versus Chelsea versus Charlotte versus Julia or Lash. If I had to pick, I'm not talking about the main one because it's your turn to pick. If I had to pick between the two I just said, I feel like Lash Legend's going to be in it. She's going to beat Julia.
Julia probably should be, but Lash makes more sense.
And go.
This one's hard. I'll put it that way. And when I tell other people's picks here in a minute, you're going to see that too because it is all over the board. It's like almost everybody got a vote, I think, just in looking at the last handful I just did. Possibly so. I'll say it right now. I think the state of Minnesota is going to be represented well, and I think the state of Minnesota is going 3-0. I think Tiffany Stratton wins this. We get Tiffy 2 belts, which she talked about on a few media things I saw, which I think has a good ring to it. It's a cooler. I would love it to be Chelsea all the way around because I've been a Chelsea fan since the Lucha days, but I just feel like the momentum and what makes the most sense is Tiffy 2 belts to take on Rhea when she gets back. So I'm going Tiffany Stratton.
All right. I'm going to have to disagree with you on that.
Don't worry, almost everybody else did too.
I have two here for a second. I feel like I'm looking at the who's going to look. Yes, and I feel like Lash Legend would be better. But I don't know if Lash Legend is technically in it. I just feel like Lash holding the title for a minute would be, she could be a good strong heel. And here's the thing, like, you don't have to worry about is she um ready to be a champion. Technically she's not champion. Rhea is. She's just holding the title till Rhea gets back. Let's see how she does holding the title. Yeah. I think of Lash, and then I think of Jade. I think of Jade Cargill the same way with that. Let's give her this run with this title, and see how she holds it. Waiting on Rhea to get back. Waiting for Rhea to get back. Jade Charlotte, which would be something they've been trying to do. That could be her first opponent. But I'm not saying neither one of those. I'm going with Chelsea. Chelsea wins the title. Chelsea gets her first. She's going to go over humongous in Minnesota. I don't care if it's Tiffany's spot or not. This is where the Chelsea versus Tiffany is going to, the seed is going to get planted. Chelsea is going to be like, look, we're both champions. Now we need to go after the tag team titles. You're the United States champion. I'm the world champion. Let's do this. And it's going to be the seeds being planted for Tiffany to turn heel, which I think we need. We need a heel Tiffany. I'm going Chelsea.
By the way,
over here.
Do you want to know who won tonight?
Sure.
You had it right. Lash won.
Yeah. And like I said, it makes sense for her to win it all and hold that boot, be the bootleg champion.
And by the way,
same as
guess how many
Jade.
matches SmackDown had tonight?
Probably 3.
4.
A whole bunch of talking.
Lash versus Julia, Ray Phoenix, and Jay McDonough, which was probably ridiculous.
Yeah, that was probably the best match of the night.
Who is Wepa Up? Is that's R-Truth and Damian, right?
Yes.
All right, they beat the War Raiders by DQ.
Okay.
And B-Fab and Meechin beat Tiffany Stratton and Chelsea Green.
I'm curious in that one. Okay.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
Both of our picks are heading in with a loss.
Yeah. Over here, Kilo went Chelsea. And went Charlotte.
By the way, I've had to differentiate because I realized that Chelsea and Charlotte both have the same first 2 letters. So I've had to, Chelsea will be represented with a CL or CH if Charlotte, for anybody that sees this board in a minute.
Well, with Chelsea, why don't you go CG, Chelsea Green?
Because I've already wrote CL. But all right. Jeff, I believe it was Jeff. Let me make sure of that. Jeff did go Jade Cargill, which I don't think is a bad pick either, because Jade versus Rhea, that makes a lot of sense. Jade's already been champ. That makes sense. Marco went Charlotte. Skrilla went Chelsea. And in the title bout, Jared went Tiffany and Carson went Charlotte. So I think it's safe to say that nobody thought either Julia or Lash were going to win. And nobody thought everybody else got a vote.
It just makes a lot of sense. I'd love to see I'm gonna have to see the Lash Legend match tonight.
Well, I feel like Julia has
if
a lot
she
of
was
enemies.
dominant.
I feel like somebody cost her the match, and Lash probably won that way.
Hey, all right. So next, it's the Human Monies on a pole match. Danhausen versus Dominic.
My goodness,
Um,
it's gonna be fun.
look, uh, I was thinking about this match, and we can't. I say we like I work for WWE. We can't continue to have Dom lose and Denhausen winning like this. It hurts Denhausen zero to lose this match. It ends their storyline, which needs to happen is the storyline needs to end. We need Denhausen to move on to somebody else. We need Dom and them to move on to somebody else as well. This
Well,
storyline needs to end, and the whole storyline is around the money. So if Dom and them get their money, the storyline's over. We're done with it. Um, I'm
I
ready
just
for
thought
it
of
to end.
I thought of an outside way to get the money out of it. So I'll say it in a minute. I'll say it in a minute.
Okay, I want it to end, but I have a feeling that's not going to. Um, I'm going Dominic. I'm going Dom.
And by the way, for just this is once again another one that is really hard to write down and abbreviate. Dominic is DM, mostly because I just took the O out of M and not because his last name's Mysterio. That's just a coincidence. But Danhausen will be DN.
Once again, I feel like DH would be better because the M and the N look a lot alike.
Not the way I do it.
Okay.
Plus, Danhausen's one word. But what if you had? I mean, because you need to get the money out of the situation, regardless of who wins. What if like Ted DiBiase comes back and takes the money?
Ted's not coming back. He's got a lot of bad stuff.
No,
There's a lot.
not Junior. Junior is slowly clearing his name, but not much.
I felt like Senior was a part of it too, but hey,
I think he got cleared a little too, but I'm not sure on that. But no, I don't think that's
I think
actually going to
I,
happen. I just
I think it'd be an interesting way for it to go down. I like that.
or better yet, I mean, if you just want to completely just left field like space shuttle, or not space shuttle, like space aliens in left field, have Vince come back and take it. Just Waltz is out there, give me that. Waltz looks at Danhausen like,
This is what's owed to me.
or nice, walks off. Uh, I think it's Danhausen. You ride that wave till it hits the beach. I think we are still way offshore before this is going to end. Um, I think this is, like I said, I keep hearing the Judgment Day is getting a revamp of some kind. This would be a great opportunity. Um, I I don't know who they would necessarily add unless it's like Kit Wilson, but I mean maybe it's somebody we just don't know yet. But I think it's Danhausen the whole way. I don't. I agree that Dom needs to start putting some wins together. He hasn't had that many since coming back. I don't know that this is going to be a one because this is their second biggest show of the year, and this is their most money making star they have because Rhea Ripley's sideline. She's the only one money wise that's close in merchandise. So I think it's
Okay.
Danhausen because you sell way more shirts when he wins.
Well, Kilo agrees with you, but Overkill agrees with me. So that's another split one for him.
I always like Kilo a little better anyway. This week. All right, let's see. Marco is
Hello.
going Danhausen. I see. I knew he's going to be different. Marco's Danhausen. Skrilla is going Dom. He likes Dom. I think he's a big Dom fan. Jeff is also going Dom. I think he's mostly picking Dom because he's such a Liv fan that he can't pick away from her. So that makes sense. That's very
I
on
understand
brand.
that.
I appreciate that Jeff and Carson both very much. Actually, everybody involved in this stays very on brand. So I appreciate that. Carson with Danhausen. And remember, Carson is AI. He is definitely not one of the mini houses. So I just want to throw that out there. That they are way taller than him. So it's definitely not. He's not one of them. And not in the way that Chad Gable was not El Grande. Like I know for a fact Carson is not one of the mini houses. But he is AI. So and then my brother also going Danhausen. So I'm gonna so Jared, Carson, me, Marco, and
Hello.
Kilo all went Danhausen. And you, Skrilla, Jeff, and Overkill all went Dom. So 50-50 split on that one.
That's
I think it's
almost.
the first one
I'm
we've
telling
done
you.
that.
Yes. Okay. Next up, the number one contenders match: Sami Zayn versus Finn Balor. What you got?
Hmm. All right. So they're both faces. I was about to say, so they're going to face CM Punk or
Who's
Cody.
both faces? Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are. Not these two, no. But that's what I'm saying is that
Yeah.
sets up. I mean, honestly, Finn Balor versus either one of these work. Um, man, I come into this thinking Sammy, but I think I just talked myself out of it because long term story again, ticked off Sammy is very, very entertaining. Disgruntled Sammy is very, very entertaining. It opens the door for KO to come back. It gives him the easy doorway. And I think we're seeing the rise of Finn Balor. I think he's eventually going to get another title run to make up for the one he got taken away from him 10 years ago when he won the initial Universal Championship and had to give it up 8 hours later because of an injury.
Because
So
because Seth
I,
hurt another person.
and it's not personal, Sammy, because I think Sammy versus a house plant is still probably a main event because he's just that good. He's one of those guys. I think Finn's right there with it, and I very much want to see Finn versus CM Punk for the title, and I think that's one that Finn could win. So, and I think the fans would be
I
ready
think
for that.
CM would put him over.
I think he would. I think he very much would because I think they. No, I don't. I don't think they crossed paths on the Indies. I think CM Punk was in WWE by the time Finn was rolling through. They may not have faced, but yeah, give me Finn Balor. I think it's way better to have Sammy with a loss and the things you can do there, and it's way better to have Finn Balor in the main event.
So I pretty much gave my pick away in the night one talk. Um, Finn. This Finn versus CM Punk is going to be interesting. I
Yes.
agree. They're going to put the title on Finn here real soon. I think CM Punk is 100% okay with handing it over to him. Um, yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I feel like we could be on CM Punk's. Get tired. We could be on CM Punk's swan song now. He could be coming down to his last year or so, and he's wanting to get the best matches out of himself. We already know that his wife has retired. She has said she's done for real this time. Um, and I feel like CM's probably got a couple more years in him at the most, but it's he's did everything he wanted to do. He main evented WrestleMania. He's going to be main event in SummerSlam. He's one of the biggest draws. He's going against Cody here. He's already went against Roman. He's went against Seth. And I feel that pretty soon he's fixing to go. Hopefully, he's fixing to go against Finn. I feel pretty soon you'll start seeing him do almost what Cena did.
Yeah.
And just for a second, when is this Cena inauguration stuff supposed to start? I thought it was going to be starting a long time ago. It still hasn't started.
What?
The whole these matches and these matches, and you get to vote on who you think the MVP. It doesn't have to be the winner. It doesn't have to be a loser. It's a Cena inauguration tournament or something. It was something that he talked
Are
about
these
at Saturday Night's Main Event.
are they just going to be on Saturday Night Main Events? I mean, I know they didn't do it at the last one.
I
Are they
don't
going to start
know.
in Atlanta?
I thought it was going to be a Raw thing, but I don't know. But I got Finn. I got Finn. And for the record, the brothers have Finn as well.
Well, Skrilla and Marco both have Finn. Jeff went Sammy. So did Carson. And Jared went with Finn. So looks like just the Father Son Wrestling
So the
podcast
two.
went Sammy.
Okay, I was going to ask you. So on that, so who did they pick to win the Cody versus CM Punk match?
Punk.
Both of them.
Yep. The only
So they're
person that
both
picked
saying
Cody
that
in
it's
that
going to
one
be
was
Punk.
Skrilla. Yeah.
So they're both
So
saying it's going to be Punk versus Sammy.
yeah. So that means Skrilla is saying that it's going to be Finn versus Cody, which would be interesting.
Interesting. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. So here
Yeah,
we
because
are,
then
the last match of the
inadvertently, when you
night.
start putting them together, you're like, okay, well, if you're saying he wins and he wins, then you're saying this is your matchup.
That's what I was, and that's why I was wondering when the two that picked Sammy, I was curious who they picked for to win the match.
Yeah. Oh, so that means
See,
so that means they'd have
I kind
Sammy
of,
versus Punk, which would actually be pretty good.
I kind of break this down. Like I look at this, I'm a storyline person. I'm looking to see where it's going.
Right.
Yeah, that's what we do here. We that's why we talk about it so much. For the final match of the night, so that I can get to bed. The champion, Trick Williams versus for the United States belt or the United States title, the returning Baron Corbin. Did not know this was a match. When I was going through these and writing these down, I did not know that this was going to be a match here. Now, I'm glad I get to start this because I did
But
see
I've already
Baron
wrote mine down.
return. I did see Baron return. I seen Baron attack Carmelo, and he attacked Sammy. Not Sammy, but the other guy. I forget his name. It wasn't who did
Lil
Carmelo
Yachty?
face? No. It was Carmelo had faced somebody. It wasn't Trick. I thought it was like for a number one contender match or something. Um,
When was this? Oh,
the
Ricky Saints.
Ricky Saints. Okay, I thought he attacked both of them. When Baron made his return.
Okay.
But it might have been Trick and Carmelo. Anyway, you don't return somebody like that, and in his first real match, put him in a United States Championship match if you're not going to give him the title. As much as I love me some Trick. Trick's in my top 5 right now. My top 5 is Trick's one of them. And for me, it's about entertainment. That's what makes you a top 5. To me, LA Knight's number 1. Solo has moved into number 2.
I told you he's great.
Solo's my man. So Baron Corbin, I want to say he wins this, but he doesn't win the title. But then if it's by disqualification, that means Trick wins. I'm going with Baron wins and he wins the title, man. I'm going Baron and wins the title. Because it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense to put him in this match. It just doesn't make sense. And do I feel like Trick's run should be over? No, but I think it's time to either move him to Raw or see what the world title, because he's going to be in the Money in the Bank match.
Sure.
Trick. So let's hear you.
Oh, 100%. You know, the last couple picks, I've been saying, is it time to move the title off of Trick, even for just a brief second? And this may be the perfect candidate to do it because he can, like you said, if you're moving Trick to another show or to a different spot on the card, maybe you're putting him in a team even. I don't know. And if no matter what you're doing, if you're going to move him around, you move the title off of him, and then Baron Corbin can continue to face Carmelo and Ricky Saint, and he can face Ilya Dragunov whenever he shows back up. And there's a bunch of people that now he can anchor that while Trick does something else. Maybe Trick's in a movie. I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's a lot of reasons why you free him up. And I think this is, like you said, you don't bring Baron Corbin back and have him immediately attack and jump in the middle of this and get a match if you're not going to do the title. So I think for sure it's Baron Corbin.
Okay. Well, Kilo agrees with us, Baron Corbin.
Mm-hmm.
But Overkill says whoop that Trick. So the brothers have split again.
Yeah. We split 4 times, by the way. I just counted.
Oh, so the tiebreakers might be interesting.
Maybe.
Which we'll get to the second one after the others.
Yeah. Well, Jeff and Skrilla both went Trick Williams. Marco went Baron Corbin. And Jared and Carson both went Trick Williams. So we are once again on a 4-5 split.
And for night 2, once again, guys, just a reminder, night two matters to anybody that's not in the championship match for night 2. You're still fighting for a spot. You are now in the number 1 contenders match for the next. So It's just because you don't win night 1 doesn't mean you're out of it. Night 2, those that aren't in the championship match are competing for the next number 1 contender match. We are not going to be doing 12 matches, 12 points. We are doing 6 and 6. These are 2 different nights. That's why these tiebreakers, there's a tiebreaker on each night, which will come in handy, I believe.
Which I didn't do on purpose, but it ended up being that way.
Yeah, I was about to say that was a good move. So do you want me to say how many people's? Do you want me to do the tiebreaker for night 2 first?
Yeah,
Since you did
we'll
it
do
last
ours,
time?
and then we'll do theirs.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and do the count in front of you to help you. JD McDonald will be there. I don't know about Liv. Depends on what happens in night 1. If she loses, does she come out and try to make sure Dom gets his monies? If she wins, she will be out there. There's at least 3, if not 4, little Housens.
Many houses.
Yeah. And I feel like there's also Miz and Kit you got to worry about. So I'm going with 7.
Okay.
I'm going 7.
I will give you that of everybody else, nobody has said 7. In fact, there's only 1 repeat in the whole thing so far. I think you're close to that. And like I said, I keep hearing about this revamp reset for the group. And I feel like if they're going to debut a new member, then they're probably going to do it on this night. I agree that Liv is going to be out there because she has been heavily involved in the Danhausen stuff. The other 2, Raquel and Roxanne, not so much. Liv has very much been in the middle of it. But if Liv gets involved, does Io get back out there? So then you add another one to it. I think 7's a good number.
Let me stop you just for 1 second. Let me ask a question right quick.
Mm-hmm.
So just being out there doesn't count. They have to interact in the match.
Okay, they have to physically
Because if
touch
JD
somebody
comes
else
out
in
there
the
and
match.
got you, because if JD
Right.
and let's say he goes to do something, the referee's like, no, you get out of here. Is he counted as being involved in it, or does he not?
Well, and also given the fact that we're just now clarifying this and we didn't clarify it for the other people involved, I think I'll just say anybody that comes out there that's not just not one of the two wrestlers or the referee. And no, the commentators don't count unless one of the commentators do get involved.
Get involved. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Go ahead.
I'll say that. So just being at ringside, as far as that, if you're part of the crew, then no, unless you physically get in there and you're doing something. But yeah, JD McDonough comes waltzing out, he counts. If whoever comes waltzing out, they count.
I'm gonna bump mine up to 8.
Okay. Still not a
Since
repeat.
you didn't say your number, I'm gonna bump mine up to 8.
Which is funny because I was thinking about when you said 7, I was thinking about going 8. And now that you went 8, I think 9's too much. So I will actually go 7. I will go. I think it's a good number. It's right at 7 or 8. I think is where we're going to be on it. So I will go 7 on that. Which at the moment
So
still keeps it to where only 2 people
we're the
said the
only
same
ones
number.
that. So we're the only ones that the entire 2-day is getting added up for our championship.
Yeah.
Our championship will be a 12 championship. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I would almost say that if you feel like it's 8, go with 8, because the second tiebreaker, I mean, with us only having 4 different ones.
No, like I said, I had it at 7 or 8 anyway. So
Or just go with 7. Okay.
I'll go 7. I think
Okay.
8 might be one too many, and
All
not just
right. All
saying that
right.
because I'm 100. But yeah.
Yeah. I feel you. Okay.
And,
So over
and for
here,
mm-hmm.
we got 5 for Kilo. And I'm going to go ahead and let you know right now, Overkill is going to be way off. And if he's not, then wow. He said 2.
That's funny. That's funny because up until even the 5, like I said, there was only one. There was only 2 people that said the same number. So now there's 3 people that said the same number of 2.
2 is what multiple people said?
2. Yeah. Carson, Marco, and Overkill all said 2 extra people in this. And in fact, Marco even called it out and he said it's
Has
going to be JD and God, who's the other one he said? He said, oh, yeah, one we completely forgot. Because I mean, we didn't say his name, so he didn't appear. But he said JH and JD are going to be the ones down there, and I was like, I forgot until I just read that. I totally forgot about him. But I will say, I still like my number. Yeah, I don't. If you get many more out there than that, I think it's too many.
I kind of think anybody that said 2 has forgotten that the mini housings have been at every single PLE.
Maybe they did, but that's not much on me or you. But just to go over everybody else's, like I said, that's
right.
Carson, Marco, and Overkill all said 2. Jared said 6. Which once again, that's a good number. Trilla said 3. Jeff says 10. I think Jeff's thinking along the lines of you that there's just going to be people coming out of the cracks in the floor. But yeah, I think that's everybody on there. And we very much, I mean, there's a lot of parity. I don't think anybody
All right.
had the exact same pick. I think everybody changed it up at least once somewhere by the looks of it. So should be good. It causes me to have to rewind sometimes to
Be
fill these
interesting.
out. And for people that want,
All right.
people that, oh, I disappeared. Why is I'm trying to get the numbers in? They're not.
It is. It is. It is not wanting to work with you, dude.
No. Wait, wait.
There
Is it
you
coming?
go. A little bit higher. A little bit higher.
There it goes.
Yeah.
The one, yeah, the tiebreakers. You see the times in the middle. You see the people as the other tiebreaker on the bottom. And there we go. That way, the people that want a screenshot or that say that we changed things or did things, that you can look at it right there, and that will stay that way until tomorrow, late tomorrow night. Truth be told, I will not watch night one on time. I will be just up the street, as I mentioned earlier, but I will try to watch it as soon as I get in. Night two, I will very much be on top of that one.
Okay. Well, that's that. I'm kind of happy that's that because I have to be
We're
up in
approaching one of we're we're
six
approaching the
hours.
longest show we have done, I believe. So
No, I mean we started at 9:40, 9:30, 9:40, and this is it's been about an hour and a half. I think we did almost a 2 hour show once.
yeah, that's true. I forgot what it was, but
But we had a lot to cover. We had a lot to cover. WrestleMania
yeah,
was a long one. But we had a lot to cover. So that's okay. Um Once again, be looking for we will be filming. I think we should be able to film on Tuesday, possibly, if I'm not going to the Braves game. Um, if if I don't want to do it on Monday because I want to watch the Raw after SummerSlam.
hmm hmm
Wednesday night, I will be at main event celebrating my birthday. Even though my birthday is technically Monday, I will be celebrating it Wednesday with my buddy and anybody else that wants to come. I don't care. Um, Come see us. And so Thursday's looking like the day again.
yeah, Tuesday or Thursday. Yeah, we'll figure out whatever works.
Yes, works out for me.
Well, this has been another great edition of the Backstage Jabronis.
Backstage Jabronis. Let me
He's
get my
Daniel Snyder.
belt.
I'm Jeremy York. These are my special friends. And until next time, deuces, gooses. Go watch wrestling.